folks. Well, as you may very well have been made aware, we've had some news about vaultings and unvaultings and the likes. You know, sometimes it can be exciting, but we've had information come through. Now it's confirmed because it's on the site. It's on the Warframe site. You know, you can pop in there and check it yourself. But on the 10th of August, so there we go, Prime Vault opens on the 10th of August. So we're talking about, as I'm recording this, what's it, the 6th of August. So we're looking at 4 days. That's Tuesday. Wow, is it? It could very well be Tuesday. So we know that the 10th of August is indeed a Tuesday. So Nyx and Rhino are coming out the vault. I'm not so much about Nyx, but Rhino. Oh yes, Rhino has been vaulted for a while now, and of course trying to get hold of one of those blueprints to make a set can be quite a pain if you can get it at all. And of course Rhino returns with Bolter and Ankros, and we'll show you Rhino posing with those weapons shortly, folks. And of course there's Nyx that returns with the Haiku Prime and the Skinder Prime. I'm not so taken in by Nyx, to be honest, but that's just me, because Nyx is highly effective. For those who run Nyx as a main or close to a main, Nyx can be an absolute demon. So you know how it goes. You know how it goes. The item comes out with the Warframe. Well, the Warframe, let's not call it a item. Warframe. The Warframe comes out, and they're looking at 2 p.m. ET and all platforms. So one platform doesn't get it ahead of the other. Everyone gets the update around the same time, of course. Now, as promised, let's look at these 2 Warframes in all the glory. So let's go and dig out Rhino Prime first. Let's get away from this screen. Sorry, Limbo, we're gonna have to replace you. So we go to the arsenal. Let's see who I can dig out. All right, let me go see what I have set up here. Do I have Rhino? Do I have Rhino here? I haven't even got my hunting Rhino. Anyway, let's go here. All right, sorry, Siren. I was using Siren earlier. You know, wiping out Sanctuary Onslaught. You know how deadly she can be in there. So let's go take a look at Rhino. There you go, as if by magic. There's Rhino. And these are the items. So Rhino is coming back. A good old Bolter. I don't know. I don't really use that weapon, but we'll show you what it looks like. Yeah. And of course the melee. I don't really use these weapons, but Rhino, you know how deadly Rhino can be, folks. So that's Rhino right there. See? That's Rhino there. He just looks mean, doesn't he? And he's coming back, so you'll be able to farm him fairly straightforwardly once he's out there. You know, the relics are back in the game. You can go and try and get some of those blueprints, folks. Those tends to be the bits that, you know, the rare drop. Very difficult to get the Rhino blueprint. The Bolter as well. I don't know. It's a primary weapon, I guess, if you like those kind of weapons. I don't really use that weapons. The Accelerator is my go-to. And of course the Ankros. Well, yeah, I guess it's as good as mine. So that's what Rhino is returning with. You can farm them. Rhino Prime cells. Rhino Prime blueprint cells. So that's what you need to get your hands on. If you're someone who's into trading and selling stuff, you can make quite a bit of platinum off Rhino Prime. Quite a bit. Right? And now we look at Nyx. Well, Nyx is Nyx, I guess. We won't be going into what Nyx is good at. We're just going to show you what Nyx looks like. That's Nyx Prime in her birthday suit. And of course, we know that Nyx. So let's remove the weapons that we know that don't belong to Nyx at all. Right? Should have done the same with Rhino, but you get the idea. That's a kit gun. Doesn't belong to any of them. Any Warframe can use it. So let's look. So let's try and dig out the Skinder Prime and show you what that looks like. Now that weapon doesn't sell that well, but if you haven't got it and you're someone like me who just wants to, you know, get it for mastery rank or something like that, then get it. Get it, rank it up. And if you're into heavy weapons, then yes. What am I doing? There it is. There it is, the skinned up rhyme, right? And of course, we got the haiku. And again, funny enough, I've been looking in trade chat recently and I've seen this weapon right here, folks asking for up to 250 for it. So, mind you, I'm on Xbox, so who knows? It could just be that. But there's the haiku. Those little throwing things. Looks like ninja darts, aren't they? Enter the ninja. Who remembers that? Yeah, throwing those things at you. So that's what that looks like. And of course, the skin though is a heavy weapon. Now, you know there are mods out there that can make this thing swing as fast as any melee out there. But again, it's an acquired weapon, I think. For those who are into heavy weapons, it may be a big deal. But then there is Nyx. That's Nyx. That's one. That's Nyx. And those two Warframes are coming out. Now, when we have an unvaulting like this, don't we also have a revaulting of something that's never been vaulted before? Now, I think Atlas, you're looking at Atlas right here, folks. I think Atlas is due for a vaulting. Now, you do not quote me on this. I'm just saying I think. Now, if you're yet to farm Atlas or Atlas's weapons, and let me see, I'm not going to go off memory. I'm trying to remember what Atlas landed with. Death Cube and Techo. The Death Cube is a Prime Sentinel. Very good weapon. The Techo, I don't know. Again, it's an acquired weapon. But I tend to focus on the Warframes because these are the bits that sell in terms of Warframe, their chassis, blueprints, etc. And so I tend to just look at the Warframe. But I think Atlas is going back into the vault. I have no reason to think it's not Atlas. Think about it. Atlas came out when? Atlas came out, forget memory. Let me go back and check. Come on, Warframe Wiki, you set me straight. Atlas came out in the October 2019. We're coming up to October 2021. Well, you get the idea. We're in August, so there's still a few months until October. I think it's Atlas. I have no reason to think it's not Atlas. Who else came out with Atlas? Ivara came out that year. Interesting. Interesting. What do you think, folks? Who do you think is going back in? Ivara or Atlas? I think it's Atlas. I think Atlas is going back in there first. But you know what? To be on the safe side, I would say to you, if you're yet to get any of those, you know, Atlas came with a Baza Prime, nice weapon. The Axamati as well, two nice weapons Atlas Ivar came with. So you may want to, if you're yet to stack up on those, if you're into like aggregating, building up a stash, you know, for later on, you know how it goes. And I would say you may want to look at those two Warframes. One of them may very well be going back in. So yes, folks, that's it. Nyx and Rhino are back out, and we think Atlas may very well be entering before Ivara. Can't think of any others. Now, you know, there are other frames out there, things like Zephyr and Chroma that were unvaulted. They're there. You can farm them. But in terms of a primed Warframe and primed weapon accessories, I think that has never been vaulted before. Then I think it very well could be Atlas or Ivara. Well, there you go. Check it out. See what you think. Let me know in the comments whether or not you agree with who I think is going back in there. But until then, folks, get ready for Rhino. Get ready to farm them blueprints. And if you need to stash a few, then I say stash a few because, blimey, they're really difficult to get hold of just now. Well, after a year and a bit, you can imagine. Stay safe out there, folks. Have a good one. Bye for now.